land. Yeah, a little bit longer. You're gonna come home. Where you were meant to be. Yeah. It's gonna be awesome. You leave this world behind.
It's the verbalization. The swerving and making. The herb no patient, no we no camping. You try and catch him, you can't catch him.
This is a certified cult classic.
It's the verbalization. The swerving and making. The herb no patient, no we no camping.
Alright, so what is your current name and what are some of the other aliases that you've gone by in the past?
I'm Sid Syndicate. Went by the name of, I guess I started as Fax, and I was messing around with the Keep Six crew, and then I started doing my own thing as Dope Piece. And my man Mike L was producing all the beats. And then I started a crew called Syndicate with my homies Ricky 450, Little Dirtbag, Kill Baby Blunt, and myself.
Okay, how old were you when you realized that you were passionate about the arts?
Mad young, I guess. I was always into music. Started playing in bands when I was in like grade 6 and 7 and shit. Played in lots of punk bands and hardcore bands up until high school. And then like grade 12 I started, I guess, taking my writing and stuff more seriously when it came to rhyming and rapping and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, do you have a personal favorite song that you've created under any name?
I'd say my favorite stuff I've done lately has been Lost Boys Part 1 and 2. I have a lot of unreleased stuff that's probably my favorite stuff. I did a 7-inch vinyl with my band Judge Dredd. I'm really happy about that. Back when I was like 14. All my punk bands and stuff, I always like to go back and listen to that stuff, but it's good. Yeah, I'm happy about a lot of it. I'm happy about a lot of the Dope Piece stuff and the videos I did with that and stuff, you know.
Okay, who are some of your mainstream inspirations? Not just musically, like style, directors in movies, anything, like...
Alice in Chains, I guess they were mainstream in their time. Boxcar Racer, Blink-182. I really like Tom DeLonge, you know, Pearl Jam. As far as actors, fucking Steve Carell. I watch The Office every day. Probably been fucking watching that for like 3 years now on repeat, like a loser. But he's the fucking best, and all the writers of that show really inspires me. I don't know, something about it.
The awkward sense of humor.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the British version of that?
I have, yeah. That one's even more awkward, I find.
Oh. Locate anywhere on Earth, where would you go?
Up in Toronto or something, but ideally, you know, if I was able, I'd probably go to the States.
In your opinion, what are some of the pros and cons of living in Newfoundland?
The pros, I guess, are if you don't like a hectic life, you don't want to really do much, you know, outside of the box. Mm-hmm. It's a good spot, but, you know, for an artist, I find it's definitely a struggling place to be. Yeah. You know, for myself, if it wasn't for family and friends and my life situations and stuff, I'd probably be out of here, you know, because there's not much pros here for you know. I guess the pros are drugs. There's always lots of good drugs here.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. What are some factors that you think contribute to like the high amount of addiction here?
Well, like we were just saying, how there isn't much opportunity here, you know?
Yeah.
From my experience, you know, since I was like 17, I've been losing friends to overdoses and stuff like solidly through my whole 20s, you know? And that, I find, kept me away from stuff for a while, but then it always ends up getting you, you know? And I find that happens to almost everybody I know here. And I wouldn't be able to tell you the answer for why, but I think it has a lot to do with just like the culture and the stigma, the available amount of copious amounts of pills and drugs everywhere you go. I think for people it's just easier to kind of get lost into that world, to numb out the bullshit, because it's happening so much more around us, you know. I think that we don't get to see as much of people like making it and doing good with themselves and their life, as like, you know, the people I know that have moved from here and the people I know that live in other places, they tend to accomplish a bit more, you know, and they have a bit more motivation around them and stuff. But I don't know. And like in my personal thing too, like there's not like the proper help you need here, you know.
Yeah.
If you go get drunk on alcohol, drive your car, they're gonna get you a breathalyzer and you go to jail and stuff. But benzos, you know, doctors give you benzos and you can end up in jail for doing something stupid. You probably get away with driving. Like they'll give you a breathalyzer and you pass. But if you go to jail on benzos and you're completely out of your mind, they don't treat you like you need to go get help. They treat you like you get locked up and beaten daily, you know. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know, it's just there's not as much. I think that we just have a lot to do here with our system and everything to get in check with who needs to go to a mental hospital, who needs to be checked, who's on drugs for the night or the 2 nights and let them sober up. Like, I think we just have a lot of stuff to learn here, you know.
For sure, because like, I mean, I would say a good 99% of the people who are locked up, there's an underlying mental health issue or addictions problem. Like, nobody who, you know, if they were raised with healthy coping mechanisms or that was like instilled in our education system, nobody would end up there. We wouldn't have the need for a jail.
Fuck yeah.
It would be, you know, rehab facilities and based around rehabilitation.
Exactly. And I mean, if you want to try to get off drugs for a bit, you know, they offer you like a detox for, what is it, like 9 days, 7 days, something like that, and then you're back out. You know, it just gives you enough time to get off it, and then you're feeling good enough to go back on it, you know what I mean? Like that. And then if you want to go to another place, you have to leave the city to try to find help, you know, where you can go away for a few months or something. So it's just, you don't really have the opportunities here to try to really get yourself straightened up. But I guess it's as much as a person wants it, they'll try to get it, but it's definitely tough here, you know?
Could you tell us about any of the pieces that you're wearing right now, your clothing, why you chose it, and like any memories that you have in any of the particular pieces that you're wearing?
I'm wearing my cult hoodie. So yeah, I just wear this a lot to rep my crew, and I also just moved in here, so all my stuff is still in bags. So I'm just wearing the same clothes every day. So I'm a dirtbag. What do I have on here? Oh yeah, I got ESKT. Everyone should kill themselves. It's my homie's brand out in Toronto. Ego Side Club. Check him out. He's the man. I got lots of his pieces. And then that's basically, you know, I'm keeping it light today on the steves. Not doing much. Oh, I got the flame hat that I got at a thrift store. But like, I honestly don't remember buying it. I just woke up one day and it was there in my room and my friend told me I had it.
Divine intervention.
Exactly.